I was always wondering what is the cheapest way to create shrimp nano cube. So I decided to challenge myself and create one. Rules are quite simple. It needs to be suitable for few cherry shrimp and small snails. It needs to be easy to create by anyone, easy to maintain by beginners, and it has to be pretty. So, was I able to do it? What was the result? And most importantly, what was the final cost? Let's find out. We're gonna start from talking about all the ingredients that we need. Starting from the most expensive and probably the most difficult to get cheap. Tank and lighting. Tank I'm using here is this 20 cm nano cube. I was able to get it online for 14 euro on one of the auctioning platforms. So it's a really good price. But I also have to mention that I had to pay 6 euro for shipping. So I'm including it, because this is the only way to keep it fair. Next, I have to mention light. I was hoping that I will be able to use this one, because it was crazy cheap. It was like 5 euro. But then I decided to move to something a bit stronger. But I was happy that I did it, because I was able to get this one, which is much stronger, for an excellent price of 12 euros. And this is all the equipment that I will use. I will not use filtration because there is no need and it might get expensive. Now I will jump to the section about the hardscape. Luckily, this one is super easy because everything here I got for free. I'm using rocks that I picked up from the ground next to my local river, and a bit of sand that I took from a sandbox. The only thing to keep in mind here is that those things need to be clean. So don't take things from the roads or construction sites. And next, those twigs. They are coming from my trips to forests or my parents' garden. I always collect those kind of things for further use. As long it's a hard wood, it doesn't smell like sap, doesn't rot or decompose, it should be okay. I just remove the bark and boil it. It seems a lot of work, but I do that in bigger quantities, so it does make sense for me. And I save so much money when I do that. Next thing is fertilization. With only clean sand, all your plants would just die off. So I have to include it to keep it fair. But I wasn't able to find it in small quantities. So even though I will use only 2 taps, I'm including full price into the price list. Luckily, I got the cheapest one and it was only like 3 euros. So here we are with all that is needed to cover substrate and hardscape. Yes, I know it's very basic, but I'm keeping the cost low. I mean as low as possible. But actually this is what makes this interesting. Can we make it pretty with only few basic things? No fancy rocks, no expensive driftwood. It's interesting, right? But anyway, let's move to the final ingredient, plants. And here I got super lucky. I was able to find those online. Very small portions of few different plants. They were between 1 and 1.5 euros each. And this is fantastic news for our budget and will help us build better looking tank. Those small portions are obviously coming from in vitro cups that were divided into few portions and sold separately for profit. And hey, I'm cool with that, because total cost of those plants ended up to be 8 euro. But I do understand that this is not option available for everyone. In this case, I would suggest to go for 2 basic in vitro plants for around 12, maybe 14 euro. It should be enough for 1 stem plant for the background and 1 additional one to cover the front, maybe some carpeting plant. But anyway, now that we have all the ingredients, Let's see if we can actually build something out of it. Something that is actually enjoyable. I'm starting from opening those fertilizer capsules. It will allow me to spread them across the bottom of the tank evenly. This way, all the nutrients should be evenly distributed. Next, I'm covering all of them with river sand. I use just enough to make the planting easier for myself. And with all those capsules under the sand, it will make a nice medium for plant growth. This is how much I used. Now it's time to work on hardscape. This time it will be super easy and simplistic. Few river pebbles on the side, plus smaller pebbles to make it more realistic. Nothing fancy, but still nice looking. To make it look cooler, I'm placing between them our branches. It immediately makes the tank look much more interesting. Okay, nice start. And as final stage, I'm including plants, starting from this moss ball. It's small, but looks very healthy. I can attach it to my branches, it should be fine. Next, I'm starting with stem plants. They don't look spectacular, but for that price, I'm not complaining. I'm spreading them in small portions. Believe it or not, but this is supposed to be Rotala Atra. Well, I guess we will have to see. I'm continuing with this same approach with other plants. Finishing with this average looking dwarf sage. And here we are. You know what? I think it doesn't look that bad, even right now. It's simple, there is quite few details, so it doesn't look boring. It should be easy to maintain, because there are some fast-growing plants that will fight off eventual algae. And it's very suitable for shrimp and snails. And most important part, it was unbelievably cheap. But we will get back to the price later. Right now, let's fill it with water. Check this out. It's pretty already, isn't it? But now I have to wait few weeks to see what happens. But you only have to wait few seconds. It worked great. Just look how incredibly green it got. I cannot believe that this is a minimum cost tank. Why do I spend so much on my other things? Plants look super healthy, shrimp are doing great. I already saw some females with eggs on them. I mean, it was just an experiment that turned out to be a super pretty tank in my collection. The only plant that seems to be struggling a bit is this Atra at the back. But it needs a little bit more fertilization, a bit stronger light. But it's okay, it still looks nice and fits there very well. And this tank ticks all the boxes I made for myself. It's easy to create, easy to maintain, great for shrimp, and it really is pretty. And finally, I really am shocked how cheap I could get it. Even myself, I wasn't expecting that I can create this for just 43 euros. And yes, I know, in your country prices might be very different, but remember that a lot of people are getting rid of their tanks regularly. People are sharing their trimmings from plants all the time. You can always find some stuff like rocks, sand, driftwood, botanicals. There is so much opportunities to save on this wonderful hobby. So it's a good lesson also for myself. I know that I could bring this price even lower, just below 40 euro. But I wanted to be totally honest and went with my original purchases. So let me know what you think of it in the comments and what would you do differently. If you liked the video, please leave a like it really helps me out. But for now, thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one.